Well, a happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. I'm sure a lot of y'all are traveling today, and we wish you nothing but the best. Hopefully, you get to spend some quality time with your family and, give thanks to the things that are great in your life. I can tell
Absolutely.
you one thing I am grateful for is Bucky Irving. All right, because we finally, I'll be honest, there were many times there where I just thought he's just not coming back. All right. But we finally get Bucky Irving back at practice, a full participant today. Unfortunately for my team in the Flock League, it's too late. It doesn't matter. Like nothing, nothing can change the fact that I'm not making the playoffs now. That 8 weeks, 9 weeks, whatever it ended up being without him was just absolutely killer. Obviously, all the other injuries, but hopefully for your fantasy football team, he is coming back and you're still positioned to get into the playoffs and he can help you win your league. Like that's honestly what I hope for you guys out there. But it was cool to hear from him. He talked about the mental health struggle side of things, and I think oftentimes we look at these players, kind of as like a number, and that number we look at is like their points per game, and that's what they're kind of worth to us. But obviously, when they go down with an injury that's severe, their livelihood is in check. Like they are thinking about their future, and it's so. I know Bucky hadn't had a serious injury like this before, and that was serious for him. I'm just gonna play this audio so you guys can hear what he had to say about it. He talked to the media today.
It's tough, man. Your first time being hurt. I mean, when I step on that field, like I always say, man, I don't take this game for granted, man. I love what I do every day. I love my teammates. And when I go out there, I play and I show them that each and every time that I get the ball, I'm trying to make plays and make things happen for this organization and this team to help them in any type of fashion to win football games. So when God takes something away from you and He's telling you to get more closer to Him and just lean on Him, because just being able to be down and something taken away from you, just being able to, everything was all right because I had the right people around me.
So he's obviously back. It's great to have him back. Now we probably won't see the full version of Bucky Irving this week. Offensive coordinator Josh Grizzard said Bucky Irving would have a similar workload to Chris Godwin in his return. Godwin played 35% of the snaps. Bucky is the type of player where he can have a 10 plus point per game on 35% of the snaps. That is the type of player that Bucky Irving is. You go back and you look at last year, he was often splitting opportunities as well. But obviously, it's great to have him back and ready to go. Knowing that he's probably going to be limited, I do think that we need to reassess where we rank him this week. I have him at RB 17. I would put Rico ahead of him at this point. Probably would have to put Javonte ahead of him, knowing Javonte is going to get all that work. But then when you look at names like RJ Harvey, Aaron Jones, Jalen Warren, Amarion Hampton, Ken Walker, I think he's firmly in that tier, and I think I should probably create like its own tier here. I think that this is kind of where I would view him next to those names like the Amarions, the Jalen Warrens, the Ken Walkers, Aaron Jones. So don't expect him to have 25 touches in this game. Maybe it's more like 13, but 13 touches could still mean a lot for a player like Bucky Irving.
Yeah, I think for me, I would like to, if I had the opportunity to, I would like to avoid Bucky Irving this week because I know he could be successful with limited touches, but that was when Sean Tucker wasn't in the conversation. I'm not sure if they're going to just take away Sean Tucker's opportunities. So now, when last year was a two-headed monster, at least that's what they were hoping for. In reality, it was really just Bucky Irving. This year, at least going into week 13, is a three-headed monster with Sean Tucker having success, and if they wanting to still use Rashad White. So if I had the option, I'm going to be willing to sit him just based off
So
matchup as
that
well.
tier I just talked about, who are you sitting? Who are you starting over him between
I would
Warrens,
start
Walkers, Jones, Harveys, Hamptons?
the
Because
names
Hampton's kind
there.
of the same question.
Yeah, Hampton is the same thing. So what I know for sure right now is probably just going to be. Actually, I will start Hampton over just because that's more of a 50-50, not like a three-headed monster type of situation.
Okay.
And if they come out and says, yeah, Amarian Hampton's full go, I will start him with confidence. I will start Jalen Warren with confidence. Kenneth Walker, I think that was just a result of the matchup. So I would actually still go Bucky Irving over Kenneth Walker.
Yeah.
Aaron Jones. I think that's probably
would
where
start
I'll
RJ
lean.
over Aaron.
Yeah. I will start RJ over Aaron there as well. So that's what I have. I actually have RJ over Kenneth Walker as well. So, um, this week. So that feels about right. You know.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate y'all for being here. A lot of you guys took advantage of the BOGO offer we did yesterday. In fact, I know that all the way up until the username Stan Livingston is going to get the BOGO offer today. So appreciate y'all for being here with us. We'll make sure and give you guys those vouchers as we go on. The 24 hours has expired, but of course, we're going to give you the vouchers as we go through and answer these questions today. It's important to note that we will not be live before tomorrow's games. It's Thanksgiving and the games start early. So this is, if you have a question that you need to get in before the Black Friday or the Thursday games, the Thanksgiving games, now's the time to get that question in. Of course, we will go live once more before kickoff this week, but now is an important day to get in. And we are going to do a giveaway on today's stream. All you have to do to enter is like the stream and type Bucky. All right, that's as simple as it is. I'm not going to do Batman, just, you know, it's just, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it other than it doesn't matter for me anymore. So, Bucky, Batman, Irving, what could have happened this year? Who knows? Doesn't matter now. So, Bucky is the key word to get in. Let's start with Mike.
Yeah, Mike, appreciate you. Says a real question if London starts, but we know he's most likely not going to. Say who to flex, no worries. At the quarterback, a lot of good options. Matthew Stafford, Dak Prescott. I'm still gonna go Joe Burrow here.
Yeah.
I think there is a world where, like, you know, if you need to win, I'm not sure Joe Burrow is the answer. I don't know how you feel about this.
Okay.
I would still say, like, a name like a Matthew Stafford will be
Stafford
somebody.
is basically Burrow, but he's been Burrow all year. It's kind of what you want
so
Burrow
like
to
I
be.
think, like, if you don't want any risk where, like, Joe Burrow there's just, he needs another game to come back, then maybe just start Matthew Stafford. But technically my rankings say Joe Burrow, if you kind of catch my drift there. At the running back position here, I'm going to start Quinshon Judkins over all these names here. At the wide receiver 2 position, it's going to be Michael Wilson still, even without
with Marvin.
even with Martin Harrison coming back. And at the flex,
I think this is where you go Bucky personally.
yeah, Bucky over Cortland. Cortland does have a decent matchup this week, but yeah, I mean,
I think this is where the risk reward probably pans out, where, yeah, Sutton's not been great anyway. You know, why not ride that train, I guess.
Yeah. Appreciate you. Crashy here. Bo Nix at the running back position.
Let me just give him his BOGO voucher real fast. Sorry. Okay, he's got that. Yeah. Good to go. Go ahead, Crashy.
Crashy at the running back position. A lot of good names here. Yeah, wow. This for me, it's going to be Rico and then I think Chase Brown.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that's where we should go. And then at the wide receiver spot, Egbuka. Honestly, I would probably go Egbuka regardless if Baker's out there or not. Baker still has a chance to play. They've mentioned that. And your flex spot, I think Zay Flowers is probably the safest, but I am more excited about Amarian Hampton than any of these names. So that's where I would go, unless it's like some report like Bucky where he's not going to get much work. Then I think Rome is the upside and Zay's the safety. So
yeah, I'll go the wide receivers on those two. So
that BOGO's in your account now. Slick Rick
here. Jake Ferguson for me at that flex or at that tight end position.
I'd start Jake too. Just want to make sure nothing about the flex I would change. No, your lineup. Yeah. You know, while we can't promise what the outcome is, your lineup at least doesn't have a lot of difficult decisions, Rick. So, yeah, good job. Brat Luke.
Yeah,
I'd
Dak
start
Prescott.
Dak for sure. Yeah.
Tight end position here, it's going to be Gadsden, which is pretty easy. I think everything else is pretty straight to the point there.
Yeah, well, Michael Wilson, I don't think you can sit any of these receivers, unfortunately.
Yeah, you just can't.
But maybe you could try and package Michael Wilson and Woody Marks for another flex that's really solid, like just an upgrade somewhere. But anyway, appreciate you, man. Your BOGO offers in your inbox. Locked has a start sit. By the way, the BOGO doesn't apply if it's like a free voucher that you're submitting. I just wanted to clarify that, guys. Because, you know, that wasn't something that I guess was purchased during the BOGO deal. But I would start Burrow over these names this week.
Yeah, I agree.
Let me just double check where I have Dart ranked. Yeah, I have Burrow one spot higher. Then at your flex spot, I think Gadsden.
Yeah, it's gonna be Gadsden. Yeah, it's Gadsden.
Yeah. Appreciate you, Locked. Next one here, he's got Stafford, Baker, Taylor at running back 2. Between Walker and RJ. That's
RJ.
That's
yeah,
tough.
I mean, I know this is pretty close in my rankings. I tell you, I have RJ Harvey over Kenneth Walker. Actually, pretty significantly, really more like 4 spots. So
Okay.
they're in that same tier, but RJ Harvey is the start of that tier. Kenneth Walker is the end of that tier for me. So,
I have them back to back. I probably am going to lean RJ with the Commanders matchup, but that's a really tough call there. And then in your flex spot, you would be starting. Laporte is out for the year, but
or Walker.
I'd start Walker.
Alec plays the Texans. Yeah,
Not a
I'll
good
start
matchup.
Walker.
And if Marvin doesn't go out there and play, then you probably start Alec and hope for the best. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
What's up, Dan? Starting Drake May at running back. You've got Jacobs if he plays, and then Hampton.
Mm-hmm.
Just looking at all the options. At wide receiver 3, this would be T. Higgins
DJ
is
for me.
out.
Even if Brian Thomas plays, I think he is going to play.
I'd probably start Brian over DJ personally, but it is a conversation to be had. I have them
put him in
back
the
to back
flex
in
anyway.
rankings. I just prefer the matchup against Tennessee than the matchup against Philadelphia.
Yeah, which makes sense. I think they're gonna. Yeah, it makes sense. I think we might put them in the flex anyway. So I'll put Brian Thomas in that flex, and then that last one.
Well, I was going to start Kenneth Gainwell over either of those receivers.
Okay. Well,
and-
that's where I was gonna go anyway. So yeah.
And then in my last flex spot, I don't know if I would go DJ. I guess DJ's probably your best option.
So it's DJ, Brian Thomas, and Kenneth Gainwell for those spots that you had empty there.
Yep, that BOGO offers in your inbox now. Appreciate you, man. Dan with another one. Mahomes, Henry, McCaffrey at wide receiver. Devonta back-to-back DMPs. If he plays, that's who I would start. But if he's not out there, I would probably put a Dunze in there in his place. Actually, I would put Jennings in his place. Let's see what the. I have Jennings ranked higher than a Dunze this week, but let's see what the flex looks like. Yeah, I mean, you're definitely starting Henderson.
Yeah, Henderson.
And then that's where I would probably put Jennings personally. So if Devonta plays, I'm playing Devonta, Henderson, and Jennings. If Devonta doesn't play, I'm playing Jennings, Henderson, and Rome.
Yeah, I'm okay with that as well.
And we'll give you that BOGO. Appreciate you,
Barnes.
Mm-hmm.
The Barnes here, good lineup. So Matthew Stafford, Chase, Bijan, Tet, Amon-Ra, Brock, RJ, Quinshon, and Jalen Warren. You have Kenneth Walker, Alec Pierce. I think what I would do actually is I don't want to sit Tyler Warren. That's what I don't want to do.
Yeah.
But who am I sitting?
That's the problem.
All these guys need to be started. Steelers play the Bills, who are actually pretty good matchup for running backs, technically.
Yeah, I think if you're going to sit one, it's Harvey, but he has a great matchup. I think Harvey... Look, Warren is a safer floor. I think Harvey has the higher upside. So in an 8-team league, I guess you probably do put Harvey out there.
49ers. Yeah, play the 49ers. Yeah, look, I think if this is an 8-man league and, you know, there's a really high upside player in that flex, I would just start Tyler Warren over... I think I would agree probably RJ Harvey. You know, 8-man team.
Totally get that. I just said because it's an 8-team league, I'm just going to put Harvey out there for the upside.
Yeah.
So
Well, I think Warren has higher upside than Harvey, in my opinion. But
I would just view it differently because of the matchup against the Commanders. But either way,
yeah,
I get it.
Yeah, I get that.
LeBarnes, I'm going to give you
Stan,
that voucher. Thanks for being a part of the BOGO.
Yeah, for sure. Stan says playoff starts week 14 and I have Kittle. Should I start Goddard or pick up Fan and Strange or Loveland? I mean, if you have Kittle,
Oh, yeah, that's annoying. Playoffs should never start week 14. You can go ahead and send this clip to your commissioner and your entire league. Guys, let's be so for real. What the hell are we doing with the playoffs starting in week 14? Makes absolutely zero sense to do that. Even if there's some unique format that you guys have, every single year on week 14, there will be buys. And it just makes no sense to require people to, figure that out, where they have to figure out how to manage their roster, because when the playoffs start, 4 important teams are on bye. So think about it. This year, Tetero McMillan, Rico Dowdle, Travion Henderson, Stephon Diggs, Drake May, Jackson Dart, Wandale Robinson, Tyrone Tracy, CMC, Kittle, and Brock Purdy, Juwan Jennings. I mean, every year, that just makes absolutely no sense at all. And I'm sure there's a reason why, but I could tell you many reasons why it makes no sense. So I know that's not what you came here for, but just wanted to say that. I'm sorry, but that just doesn't make sense.
yeah.
I would much rather use week 18. I've made this argument in the past, but if you're in a situation where you have so many teams and you just have to use week 18, what I really don't understand is maybe there are players who are unavailable week 18 because their team wants to sit them. Maybe. But you're guaranteeing all those players are unavailable in week 14 when you use it as a playoffs. Is there going to be 4 teams that are so set up that they sit their starters in week 18? No. It's almost never happened. But you're guaranteeing 4 teams with fantasy relevant players aren't available. Anyway, but between Goddard, Fan, and Strange, I mean, it has to be Goddard, I feel, with what Goddard's done this year.
Yeah, for me, I think it might be. For me, I think it's just 2 options. I think it's Goddard and then Strange. I'm happy to pick up Strange. I think a lot of it also depends on the matchup. Eagles versus the Chargers on Monday night next week. Strange versus the Colts, which I think the Colts are a really good matchup for tight ends. And that's also a divisional game as well. I don't know how much weight or stake that has in playoff contention in week 14 for those guys. So I think for me, I would be leaning Strange right now, but that's a big what if, obviously.
Yeah, totally get that. Just Goddard's been more reliable for me. That's the only reason I say that, but hopefully that's helpful, Stan. T-Toe Time. Wait, let me just double check when this BOGO offer expired. Okay, we're still going. Tito Time. It's a 2 flex league. Thanks for the help. Brissett or Jones this week? Probably
let me
Brissett for me.
Triple check.
Daniel Jones against Houston.
I do have Jacoby Brissett over Daniel Jones.
At running back, so many options here. My gosh.
I think one for sure is going to be Javonte for me.
Okay. Well, this will be interesting. Let's answer it separately, just because I am not anti-Javonte. I just don't love him this week against the Chiefs.
Which I understand.
So I would have Etienne, and then after that I would have Kyron. At wide receiver, I know it's tough, but I would still put Justin Jefferson out there, and then Michael Pittman. At tight end, I would put between Gadsden and Kelsey. Kelsey's your safe play if you're looking like you're going to win. Otherwise, Gadsden's the upside. And then in your last flex spot, I would probably put Judkins. So I would be sitting Javonte of all of these options. So that's how I would answer it. But Bucky, why don't you tell us how you prefer then?
For me, it would just be the difference of your flex option. I would just be starting Javonte over Judkins. So that the lineup is a complete same. I just rather start Javonte still.
Yeah.
I understand the Chiefs are a tough matchup, but yeah, it should be okay, I think. These nuts. Love to see it here. The quarterback position is going to be Matthew Stafford, James Cook, Running back is going to be Chase Brown. You have Justin Jefferson, and for me, this is going to be Rome Odunze. And then at the flex, this will be R.J. Harvey for me. Ooh, Jake Ferguson's there as well.
Yeah, I'll go RJ as well. It's
Yeah.
a tough call, but he's just an exciting upside play. Appreciate you, man. Rarouk says quarterback toss-up. Opponent has Jamar, so maybe I go Joe. Yeah, I like that. It's
Yeah.
almost a defensive play. Yeah, so we'll put Joe Burrow in. I have Joe Burrow ranked ahead anyway. And then in your flex spot,
I think it's going to be DK. I think Stevenson lost his job.
I agree, but I do think that maybe they could be just rolling Stevenson in slowly as well. Like I think it's Henderson's job, but I think Stevenson probably gets more involved.
Yeah.
DK. I mean, what is the upside here? Because he had 14 points last week.
Sorry, give me a sec. I have a call coming in 1 second.
Oh, that's tough. Yeah, I guess DK is where you go there. That's not fun, man. You got your BOGO offer, though. Dastrothy says 8-4 last playoff seat, lose equals tiebreaker, and win equals locked. Okay, so at running back, I am going to go, I believe, Brees here. But Rico, I hope I can play him in your flex. At your wide receivers, we are going to start, if Devonta's healthy, Devonta. I don't know that he will be. And then this is probably Wandale for me. At tight end, probably Juwan Johnson there. And then in your flex spot, I think I still trust Rico over these other names. I will say, like, you have some very difficult decisions to make. I wouldn't really mind if Devonta Smith sits, and then if he does, you can play Jawan Jennings, but this is tough, man. This is really Russian roulette with this roster. I wish you the best of luck. That's a tough call. Chief, what's up? Starting Drake May, and then Trevor Lawrence at running back. We've got Henderson, Genty, who looks like he's a full go. At receiver, you've got Ekbuka. Regardless, he's your best option. Lab McConkey, and then Brian Thomas. Those are your best options there. At tight end, I will be going Gadsden, and then in your flex spot, we'll put Javonte. That's a pretty good lineup, honestly, man. It's a great lineup. Good luck this week, Chief. I'll give you that BOGO offer as well. Chief, back. And at quarterback, yeah, we had this conversation yesterday. I lean Bo Nix, but I do agree that Jacoby is safer. So if you're projected to win, you probably go Jacoby, but I just like Bo Nix against the Commanders. At running back, can't sit Johnny Taylor, and Rico Dowdle is in. At receiver, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Wandale Robinson. At tight end, I'm between Goddard and Kelsey. That's close, but I'd lean Kelsey against Dallas. At the flex spot, I'm going to put in RJ Harvey. And your last flex is really tough. Dortch kind of loses a lot of interest for me if Marvin plays.
Yeah, I would agree there.
I would say Goddard unless Marvin sits, then I'd go Dortch.
Yeah, you have time to know that answer as well, because that's kind of where I'm at in a lot of leagues. So if Dortch plays, I might play him, but yeah, appreciate you.
Leon says, I'm 6th seed and a win locks it in. Help me out. At running back 2, I'm going to go Henderson there.
I agree.
At wide receiver, no London, so this is going to be Waddle. At your flex spot, I would go Judkins. Yeah, I'd go Judkins.
Yeah, we're on the same page there, which is great.
Real Clayton FC at quarterback. We're going to... Well, you'll know if Lamar plays tomorrow or not. You can't set Lamar against Cincinnati.
No, you just can't.
I know he's been bad, but I can't do that. I would also go ETN there at RB. At wide receiver, can't sit George in a bad matchup. Doesn't matter. You can't sit him. And then in your last flex spot,
Ekbuka. Yeah.
Sorry?
I'm going to go Mika and Buka.
Yeah. I just wonder... If Baker's not out there.
I think I'm still gonna go him because I know RJ Harvey's a great play, but
Yeah.
if Baker's not out there, I think it's even more of a reason for like Teddy to just pepper somebody. Like do they dwindle down the game plan just a little bit? I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but I'm still gonna go. Emeka.
I know this sounds very risky, but if Ibuka is not having Baker out there, I probably lean Hampton if there's a report that he's full go. But if that report doesn't happen, then I think you have to play Ibuka. Appreciate you, man. The free ones don't qualify for the BOGO, but appreciate you big time. Mavi, happy Thanksgiving to you, man.
Yeah,
8-team league, so this is going to be impossible to answer, but we're going to try our best. I'm not going to sit Josh Allen.
No.
At running back 2, Rico. Oh, I have Brees over him, but maybe he'll be in the flex. At wide receiver, this is...
That's crazy that, like, the initial thought is, like, Michael Wilson.
Yeah. It is Michael Wilson if Marvin's not out there, but if Marvin's out there, it's probably AJ.
Yeah, I think yeah.
And then in the flex, I would go Rico.
Yeah, and then that's the same for me.
So let's just play out the world where Devonta isn't playing. It's definitely AJ Brown, regardless. Yeah, Michael Wilson.
I think the biggest one is if Marvin Harrison plays, isn't Michael Wilson. Actually, this would actually help your situation because if Marvin Harrison plays, then you should start AJ Brown and then just start both running backs in Rico and Brees. Yeah. And then just wait to see what happens with Michael Wilson. Like, damn, okay, then I'll start Michael Wilson.
Yep, that voucher's in your account. Happy Thanksgiving and good luck, my friend. Bobby, what's up, Bob? He's starting Dak, Jacobs, Saquon, Rice at wide receiver 2. You know,
Alec here.
You said Alec?
I think I'm gonna go Alec, yeah.
Okay, I think it's really close between him and Jaden Higgins, to be honest. As much as I love Nico Collins this week, and I think he's a must start, I could see a scenario in which Sauce Gardner is trying to shadow him, and Jaden Higgins could get plenty of opportunities. So I will say I do lean Jaden Higgins there, but they're back to back. It's very close. Gadsden in the flex, and then at the tight end in the flex, it's got to be Henderson. So
yeah.
I guess where Badaki and I would have different answers is just that wide receiver 2 spot. The only reason I go Jaden is just that usage is just continually going up for him each and every week. Since the bye, you're looking at games of 3 targets, but then it goes 8, 1, 7, 7, 9. So Colts are a good matchup outside of Sauce.
Yeah, I hear that. I definitely understand. For me, Alec, I think the big play opportunities, he's still running significant snaps on the field. And I know the Texans have a great secondary, but I think they are susceptible of giving up big plays as well, especially in a divisional matchup here. So we'll keep that in mind.
Andre has a question here. At running back, we're going to start Javonte. At running back 2, he says on the waiver wire is Io Manor, Tillman, Cup, Tajay, DK, Mostert, Booty. Yeah, none of those guys look like great options here. You might have to start Emmanuel Wilson.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. I mean,
him and Tajay are kind of the same thing.
Yeah, maybe they ease in Jacobs a little bit, and then Emmanuel Wilson still gets some good opportunity. At the wide receiver spot, I'm gonna go Justin Jefferson. I'm gonna go.
Be Johnston for me.
Johnston at the tight end. I'm still gonna go Brock Bowers for me, and I guess it makes it easy to put Gazin in that flex option.
Yeah.
And then no T Higgins. Andre Yeshivas is probably the most intriguing play with Joe Burrow back.
Yeah, you're really playing Russian roulette with these last couple spots. Andre is interesting. I have 1 spot ahead of Trey Tucker. They say Godwin's going to get more involved, but you'd rather see that. Loveland, has had a couple good games. I guess I lean Andre there as well. Appreciate you, man. That start sit question is in your inbox. LOS starting Darnold, Jacobs at RB2, Dowdle.
Yeah.
And then in your flex spot, for me,
wow. Probably Jacoby.
Yeah.
My mind went to Jacoby and Shakira. I can see an argument
Yeah.
for Watson. I can see an argument for Woody as well. But those are the two guys that I would want to be starting.
I'm fine with that. I will say in an 8-team league, you're going to have some things go right for you here, man. But
Yeah,
best
not
of
as
luck.
strong as 18
Or
league
10-team
there.
league, sorry.
Um,
Vouchers in your account. Close says, who should I start week 13 at running back 2? I'd say Warren is still your best bet. At wide receiver,
oh my gosh.
I trust Tetaroa more than these other names. And then in your flex, I'm not starting Troy over Justin
JJ
Jefferson.
or Rome. Yeah, I would still want to start those guys. I agree. I'm there with you.
And it could be silly, but I just can't put Justin Jefferson on my bench. Okay, I know that. I know it could be silly, but I just can't put him any week. You could put a 20 burger up and you'd be upset. Can't even say 20 burger. That sounds stupid. But Mr. Bang says, assuming players are healthy unless updates come, I'd start Drake May there. At tight end, we'd go between Theo and Harold.
I'm gonna go Theo with Jackson Dart back.
Yeah,
That feels better for me.
close.
At the flex option, a lot of good options here.
I think this is just both running backs for me, Benson and Bucky. You know, Yeshivas is fine. He's probably a safe floor. Debo's probably a safe floor. I would just rather start those guys if they're back. But if they're not, then I'd probably put Debo over Andre.
Yeah, Benson and Hampton, because you said, was it Benson? Because you said Benson and Bucky.
I mean
Oh,
Bucky
you
and
meant
Amarion.
Hampton. Yeah, Bucky and Hampton. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. We're on the same page.
And
Just wanted to double-check.
that voucher's in your account, Mr. Bang. Sidekick Kid says, need to win this week, looking to see who to start, mostly focus on wide receiver and flex. So at quarterback, probably Justin Herbert. There's your best bet. At receiver, you might as well put Lama Conkey in there to get some stack equity. If Devonta plays, he's your option. If not, I'd probably put Jameis in there at receiver.
Yeah.
And then your flex, I'd put Warren. So
Warren. Yeah.
in an ideal world, Devonta plays. If he doesn't, Jameis in there. Yeah. Look, you can start Troy against the Commanders. I just feel like the floor is concerning, so that's why I lean that way.
Yeah, Cody.
Vouchers in your
Appreciate
account,
you.
by the way. Hold on. Let me see if that's going to send. Okay. Need to refresh here.
No worries.
And, okay, go ahead with Cody.
Yeah, Cody at the running back position here. A lot of good options. I'm going to go Judkins for me.
Yep, I agree.
And then at the flex, this will be Roma Dunze.
Okay. I think this is actually really tough.
Yeah, understand, like,
if I knew Bucky had like 12 to 13 to 14 touches, it would be him. I don't know that, so I guess I have to lean on Dunze. I just don't like the floor Dunze has right now.
Yeah,
Appreciate
which is
you, man.
understandable.
That
Lee
BOGO
Barnes
is in
here.
your inbox.
Lee Barnes starting lineup: Drake May, Bijan, Chase, Puka, Monroe, Tyler, and Mika Devonta. I don't think I'm going to change anything. I would start Henderson over Chase Brown.
Okay.
I think that's the maybe, or hell, even in Mika.
That's where I was gonna go. Yeah, I'd start
over
him over Mika.
Yeah, so we start those running backs and sit in Mika and Buka there. So that I'll feel more comfortable doing that for sure.
Do I would start Henderson over Chase. I'm just wondering if I start Olave over Chase. Probably not, but it's a close conversation. I mean, you've got, oh my gosh, it's a 6-team league. That's why, but you got
Yeah.
way too many difficult decisions every week. But that's where I would lean there, my friend. Good luck. Marcus, at quarterback, I'm going to go Dart
Jefferson
there.
Dart.
At running back, this is Hampton if he plays. If not, Bucky.
Bucky, yeah.
And then...
Well, actually, if Hampton doesn't play and Bucky plays, I'll go Kamani.
Yeah, probably, actually. That's
That's actually what I would do.
Yeah, that makes sense. At the flex spot... Yeah, I mean, do you play Jameson Williams or Bucky Irving? I feel like Bucky Irving.
I guess what you need do you need upside? Do you need floor? If Bucky, like Zach was saying, gets 12 to 12 touches and maybe his floor is 8 to 12 points, you might do that. Or if you need a crazy boom game in the divisional matchup, maybe Jameson's the way to go.
Yeah, Bucky's your floor. Jameson's your upside. That voucher's in your account, man. Appreciate you. By the way, shout out to everybody who is here. If you want to win a voucher on the Flock site, all you got to do is like today's stream and type Bucky into the chat. We currently have 11 entries, so you have a good chance of winning today. Disc Chris, a quarterback, Drake May at quarterback 2. Ooh, Stafford or Dart. I would go Stafford, but it's close. I think that depends on if it's a 4 or 6 point passing touchdown league. If it's a 4 point, probably Dart by a smidge. At running back, I'm going to start James Cook and Travion Henderson. At wide receiver, I'm going to put Mr.
Sorry,
George Pickens.
1 second. Sorry.
That's all right. And Tetairoa McMillan. At tight end, I'll put George Kittle. And in the flex spot, I'd go ahead and I'd start Chase Brown. Appreciate you, man. That's a good looking lineup. The voucher is in your account. We're about to be up to Stan gets the voucher. Outside of that, the voucher, the BOGO offer expired. Sanjo Wall says Josh Allen, Achane, Chase Brown, AJ Brown, Devontae Adams, Trey McBride. In your last flex spot, you're deciding between Rome Odunze and Jaylen Warren. I think this is simple. Warren is your safe play if you feel like you're projected to win. But Odunze is your upside if you think you need a little bit more juice, a little more ceiling potential. Appreciate you, my dude. Good looking team, and good luck this week. Bengals fan, what's up, dude? Starting Jared Goff, Etienne at running back 2. This is Bucky for me. I would start Goff over Jones. Good lineup. And then your last flex spot, yeah, I feel like you got to start Michael Pittman there. Tough matchup, but I think you got to do it. Appreciate you, dude. You also got it in right before. You guys all got it in right before the deadline passed for the BOGO offer. No BOGO on a free voucher, obviously. Brock Purdy, Nico Collins. This is a dynasty question. Brock Purdy, Nico Collins, or a first and Emeka Egbuka? I prefer Egbuka over Nico, but it's close in dynasty. My problem is it depends on where that first is for Brock Purdy, because if that's an early first, then I'm fine to take the Egbuka side of this in Superflex. But if that's a late first, I don't think Brock Purdy should be that cheap, is what I'm trying to say. So it depends on where that first round pick is. If it's projected to be late, I want to keep the Brock Purdy side of it. If it's projected to be early, I'll take the Egbuka side. And if it is projected to be late, then I think you need to do a little bit of a counter there and get some additional assets back. John, what's up, John? Starting Bo Nix, Breece Hall, Jaylen Warren, Chase Adams at tight end, Brock Bowers, and in your flex spot, I would be going Rico Dowdle there. I think they're gonna have a get right game for Rico. I think he's gonna get plenty of opportunities this week. Appreciate you, man, and that voucher's in your account. So I think that's all the vouchers for the BOGO offers now. Those are all done. The deadline passed for all these now because this is a free one. Appreciate you for submitting RoboCop. He's got Dart, Nix, Walker, Judkins at receiver. At wide receiver 2, this is Brian. Yeah, I'd start Brian if he plays. And then in your flex, Hampton if he's out there. If he's not out there, Troy Franklin is where I would go. Good luck, my friend. Appreciate you. Stan, what's up, man? This is a super message. He says, playoffs is week 14. For me, have May on bye and Caleb with a bunch of and Caleb Williams on the bench. Start Caleb or pick up Baker, Brissett, or Love. Well, let me just quickly look at those schedules. Baker, Brissett, Love. I don't think Jordan Love's going to be my answer. Baker plays Atlanta. That's not a great matchup for him. Brissett plays Houston. That's a terrible matchup. Love plays Denver. That's a terrible matchup. Who did you say you had? You had Caleb Williams. Caleb plays Cleveland. Wow, none of those are great matchups, honestly, but I think Caleb's probably your best bet. And again, I already went on the rant as to why playoffs in Week 14 is so stupid, so I'm not going to do it again here for this question, but you know my opinions on that, Stan. All right, we are up to date with all the BOGOs, but these are the rest of the questions that you guys have had submitted today. Appreciate y'all for being here with us. Again, this is our last stream until like if you have a question about the Thursday games for Thanksgiving or the Black Friday game, now's the time to get them in. At running back, you're going to start Saquon and Kyron. At wide receiver, Rashee Rice has got to play. Puka's got to play. At tight end, McBride. Wow, what a lineup. In your flex spot, this is Michael Wilson is the one I feel the most comfortable with if Marvin is out. If Marvin is playing, I probably still go Michael Wilson, but I also play Ramadunze. And yeah, that's how I would set it. Appreciate you, man. That's a tough one. To Douglas at quarterback, we're going to grab Stafford here. Way too many quarterbacks on the roster, by the way. We got Chase Brown, Jonathan Taylor at wide receiver 2. Devonta, if he doesn't play, then Cortland Sutton. And in your flex spot, I'd probably put Gadsden in there. I'd probably put Gadsden of all the options. That's a tough one, man. Good luck this week. Bones says, already playoff bound, mainly wanted to show some gratitude. Oh, I appreciate you, man. Thanks for the love. That's very kind of you. At running back, we're going to start Achane. We're going to start Henry. I can see why you're playoff bound. Oh my gosh, we're going to start Rice. We're going to start Igbuka. Holy hell. Kelsey is a safer play this week, I'd say, against Dallas. And then in your flex spot, we'll go Warren, I would say. My gosh, great team. All right, the Dennis family, what's up? At running back, wow. See, this is where I feel like Bucky's got to be in the lineup. You don't have a better option. This kind of reminds me of the Flock League for me. And then I would argue Woody Marks. It's a volume play, okay? Not, I know it's not an awesome matchup, but he's got most of the volume there. At wide receiver, I'd probably start Diggs, even though that's a tough call. And then in your flex spot, Shakira for me. Don't think we can start Tej Johnson with Godwin projected to get more opportunities. What's up, Ramen God? Starting Nix, Allen, Judkins, Genty, T-Mac, Rice, and in your flex, you're considering, wow, Nico Collins, Lad McConkey, Rome Odunze, Amarion Hampton. I don't know how you sit these guys. My highest ranked player would be Nico, but I mean, Kenneth Gainwell could outscore all these guys. That's just way too many great options, but I'll go Nico. I would highly suggest you package like a Tyler Warren. Actually, Tyler Warren's playoff schedule is so good. Maybe you try and package like a Genty or a Judkins with one of these names and upgrade, or Bo Nix with one of these names and upgrade. Appreciate you. No more trades? Okay, fair enough. Crystal Bridgel says, not sure about RB2 flex. Should I pick up Dalton? So let's have a look here at running back. Wow. Well, yeah, if Benson plays, I'll play him. Otherwise, Rodriguez, at least you know he's the goal line guy in Washington. At tight end, Theo Johnson's your best option, it looks like. And your last flex, I think I have to go Debo there. I don't love the matchup, but I think that's your best, safest play. Appreciate you, Crystal. And as far as Dalton, that's like Dalton Schultz. I'd start Dalton Schultz over Theo this week in particular.
Hell yeah. Come on, Dalton Schultz, talk it up. We're going to win in the Flock League.
Love it. He has a good matchup. He does.
I hope so. The fact that I have a conversation that I can make it to the playoffs in the Flock League, but I still need a lot to happen. Anyways.
Yeah. Kiss My Case says, please set the lineup. Let's do it. Josh Allen at running back. We're going to play Saquon Barkley. We're going to play Kyron Williams. At wide receiver, we're going to play
Richie
Rashee Rice, as well as... Look, I'll be honest. If there is no Marvin Harrison, I do have Michael Wilson over Egbuka this week.
Yeah, I would be okay with that. I think Marvin will play, but...
And then in his flex spot, I think...
I feel like RJ Harvey is the better play.
It's Egbuka if there's Baker, and if there's no Baker,
That's
then
true.
it's RJ.
Yeah, you're right. I agree.
So that covers all your bases. What's up, Filthy Wubs? Yeshivas or Jaden Higgins this week? Just streaming.
I'm going Yeshivas.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Joe Burrow is... I don't know. How can I say this? Andre Yeshivas was like struggling with Joe Flacco, dropping a lot of passes. I wonder that's just because the chemistry wasn't fully there with him. And I think, you know, with Joe Burrow, there's a lot of glimpses of Yeshivas, but it's like, okay, wow, what a great catch, and then like you never see him again. Just wonder if they're just on a better clock together. And what we saw from Yeshivas last week wasn't terrible. I mean, you got 10 points, 7 targets when T. Higgins went down as well, or without T. Higgins, excuse me. And now he's not going to be in this game this week, so I'll start Yeshivas.
Yeah, I do think it's close. Only reason I lean Jaden Higgins... this is going to sound really strange, but if Davis Mills isn't playing, which it doesn't look like he's going to play anymore, my confidence in Jaden is shaken a little bit just because
1000%.
Davis Mills had kind of a real...
I guess a mini breakout, kind of a better breakout with Davis Mills. That's how
he kind of zoned in on him a little bit. I just see a narrative here where if Sauce is covering Nico and Jaden, the team has given him the clear wide receiver 2 opportunities that he could really blow up, because there's not like that secondary is not good outside of Sauce right now.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
yeah, that's what I would do.
I think I still lean Jaden. Look, if you need the safe floor of like 8 to 10 points, I think Andre. But outside of that scenario, I would go Jaden. I like the matchup. As a Thoth at quarterback, Daniels isn't going to play this week. It looks like he's actually going to play next week, which honestly is crazy because
that elbow was bent the opposite way, brother. That arm was slapped.
The thing is, like, if my Flock League team, at this point, I don't care if I win another game, but if I can be healthy in the playoffs, the team will actually look pretty decent. Like, I will have Jaden Daniels at quarterback, and in the playoffs, he gets the Giants, the Eagles, the Cowboys. I'll have Bucky Irving with the full load in the lineup. I can put Drake London in when he's back and healthy. I mean, the lineup's actually going to look pretty decent. I can sit Worthy, McMillan, and London would start. I mean, if Mike Evans comes back. So it's crazy that Jaden is probably playing next week. Like, that actually blows my mind. But
yeah,
I thought he was gone. Anyway, you can't play him this week. Jacobs, Henderson, Pierce. Yeah, that's your best option. And then in your flex spot, I think this is where... Yeah, Harvey versus Bucky. Harvey versus Bucky. Almost wish that Josh Jacobs wasn't playing so you could just start Emmanuel Wilson, but that's not going to happen. Well, you already have Josh Jacobs in your lineup.
Yeah.
RJ Harvey versus Bucky Irving. I need to put it to a poll. My mind keeps swaying on this.
I know me. But yes, I know it's tough. They're in the same tier, technically.
So you're going RJ then?
Yeah, they're in the same tier, but I am going RJ, just purely based off of one, the matchup, the opportunity going into this week. Though the news of Bucky Irving going to be on a snap count, and I know that snap count, and I know that the argument that you were bringing that like we've seen Bucky be successful with minimal snap count, but I'm worried about like it could be a 3-headed monster instead of a 2-headed monster with Sean Tucker now being involved. RJ Harvey just feels safer in this matchup specifically. So
well, I I put it to a poll. There's only 13 votes right now, but the vast majority of people are saying RJ. I think, honestly, I would... If Baker Mayfield is playing, I'd probably go Bucky Irving here still. But if Baker's not out there, I probably would then move Bucky down even further and put RJ Harvey ahead of him. I can recognize that Harvey's probably the safer play. So let's go Harvey for now. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for the question.
Nexus 13 code 3. Josh
Rico for
at the
me.
running. Yeah, Rico Dowdle at the wide receiver position is going to be Emeka for me.
I think it's
At the-
Igbuka regardless of what happens with that quarterback room, by the way.
Yeah, and then at the flex is going to be RJ Harvey and
Aaron Jones for me.
yeah, Aaron Jones, I'm there with you as well.
Appreciate you, man. That failed to update, so let me just refresh and see if we're good to go. We got a couple more questions. Oh, did that go through? Okay, I don't know why that didn't go through, but we answered it just recently, 13 code. I'll answer it one more time. We had Rico there. You can go back and listen to our conversation if you want. Igbuka, regardless of Baker Mayfield. And then we're going to flex the running backs and RJ and Aaron. Appreciate you, man.
Perfect. John New.
I have Soupy Pasta next.
Soupy Pasta. Okay, I don't have. So let me refresh it. You go
That's
for it.
okay. So we're going to start Drake May at running back. Rico and Javonte will be in play. Love to see Devin Neal. It would be awesome to see him featured. Look, if there's no Marvin Harrison, I'll play Michael Wilson over Chris Olave, but assuming Marvin plays, we'll go Olave there. And then in your flex spot, we'll start Michael Wilson anyway. So either way, Michael Wilson's going into that lineup, even if Marvin is playing. Appreciate you, man. That's a good team. I like that team a lot.
I do like that team. Good one.
John, who
Appreciate
might
you.
be the last one here today, says, hello, thanks for the help. We'll start Dart, obviously, with Daniels out. At running back, Henry is a must-play. Chase Brown will be my next pick there. At wide receiver, 2, Rashee Rice. Some of your teams are just crazy, guys. Well done. Britton Strange. And then at the flex spot.
I'm going to go Kareem.
Okay.
Over Cortland.
I go
Actually,
Cortland here, personally.
Yeah, you know what? I might do that because of Washington.
Yeah, I just think Pacheco's going to have just as much of a chance to score as Kareem. I don't think you're going to see that same dominance from Kareem, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, that's closer than we think here. I think we have another one, Mr. Green.
Okay, last one here, I think, and then we'll go to Super Chats.
Yeah, he says, when to get in, what are your thoughts? Love the show. Appreciate you. At the running quarterback position is going to be Drake May for me.
Yeah, and I will just say, it says it's 2 quarterback. Are you in the chat, Mr. Green? Because you submitted it as 1, 2, 3. This is submitted as a start 7, but I'm assuming you meant to put another quarterback in there, which means that it would be Drake May and Joe Burrow.
Yeah,
But I just wanted to clarify that.
No, that's good. Good catch.
Anyway, we'll keep going here. Henderson.
Yeah, running back.
Is it crazy to start Henderson over Saquon?
No, it's not. But it's also hard to sit Saquon.
No, probably in the flex you'll start Saquon. Yeah.
Yeah, wide receivers is going to be Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, and then the flex option. This would be Saquon.
Yeah, but because Saquon plays on Friday, you'll probably put him actually at RB2, but same idea. Yeah. So yes, it is super flex. So in that last super flex, Joe Burrow and Drake May are your starting quarterbacks. You put Burrow at quarterback, May at super flex, just because of the Thursday night and Friday games.
Thursday night, and then exactly.
All right. We have one more here from Set. Says, help with the lineup this week. Thanks, fellas. No worries. So you're starting Drizzy May. At running back, I'm going to go Henderson there. And if you're going Harvey over Irving, it feels silly not to go Harvey over Hampton.
Yeah. Well, the conversation, I think we might start Hampton in the flex, but we'll see.
Yeah, so we'll go Harvey over Hampton there.
It's going to be Tet. It's going to be Emeka for me. Tight end is going to be Warren. And then, look, I'm still going to be starting Romeo still over.
Dude, I still don't know the answer to this question. This is crazy.
Yeah, look, Sets. I think we said it, and obviously maybe you've been here, maybe you haven't. Like, I like RJ Harvey just based off of the matchup purely, and now RJ Harvey is going to be getting the touches from what we know. Omarion Hampton could be great, but he's also going to get is going to be a split backfield, which they already kind of mentioned. Bucky Irving's going to be. I mean, Devin Neal as well. Not saying that we should start him over those guys, but
No.
look, it's going to be RJ Harvey, and I think that's probably just going to solidify that answer just based off of there's nothing hindering RJ Harvey of getting.
But the flex is what we need to answer, which is a Dunze, Hampton, Bucky.
Yeah. So this for me will be Roma Dunze. I think you need. I think this will be upside.
I agree, unless a report comes out that either Bucky or Hampton are going to see at least 50% of the work, and if that happens, then I'd play either of them over Rome.
I'm okay with that.
Okay. All right, we are caught up on the Flock site for now. We do have some super chats we can get to here. I think it's only 2, so it shouldn't take too long. Just a heads up, guys, if you want to enter today's giveaway, this is probably your last chance. All you have to do is like the stream and type in Bucky. So, yeah, this is your last chance to enter. Let's go ahead and answer Paul's.
Yeah, Paul's PPR, 1 running back, 1 flex. Okay, 1 running back that I'm going to be starting is probably going to be Gainwell. I don't want Charbonnet or anything. 1 flex, most likely going to be Darnell Mooney. And a defense, Ram, Colts, Bucks, or Jags. For me, in order, this week I like the Rams, the Colts, the Jags, and then the Bucks. Yes.
Okay. You said
And the reason why
Rams.
I like, Rams, Colts, Jags, Bucks. I think there could be an argument with Jags over Colts. I just think with that offensive line being terrible, CJ Stroud is just going to continue to get sacked. With that Colts.
Yeah, I actually probably have the Jags #1 here.
Okay, that's fine.
They've been really getting after the quarterback lately since their bye week. 6 sacks last week against the Cardinals. Now they play Tennessee. Rams would be a close second. But I agree with the other answers, as in I will go Gainwell, Mooney. So appreciate you, Paul.
Yeah. Clown here says happy PR. Ricky Pearsall, DJ Moore. This will be DJ Moore. DJ Moore is just Look, there's no consistency with Ricky.
No,
I think that's
but it's another game where you're watching and it's like Ricky's open. It's like Ricky could have had points there. He could have had points here. He could have had a touchdown there. So Ricky is like continually getting open, but right now DJ Moore is probably the safer floor and maybe the higher upside. So probably DJ at this point.
Yeah.
I think one question I want to answer in the chat before we log off for the day is about Devin Neal. I think you should view Devin Neal probably the way you view Woody Marks. Someone who's going to get a vast majority of the work. Someone who has the upside of like a 15-point game, but the floor of like a 6 to 7, just because they're going to get all that work. There's in some good matchups, they should be favorable, but they're still a part of a pretty well. The Houston offense isn't as bad as New Orleans. That's really the problem for Devin. And I don't expect they're going to give him 7 targets like every game like they did last week. So I'd probably lower expectations a little bit. But that's probably the type of player you have now if you have Devin Neal. Anyway, guys, we appreciate you big time. That is all the questions. That is all the super chats. Actually, there's one more on the site. I apologize. Zebs will be the last one of the day. He says, hey, guys, thank you. Have a great Thanksgiving. You too, man. Yeah. He's starting Stafford, Henderson at RB2. This is going to be Judkins at tight end, Gadsden, and then in the flex spot.
I actually might start Hunter Henry.
Okay, this is where I go Bucky.
Yeah, based off the matchup. But yes, Bucky is great. I mean, look, if Devonta Smith doesn't play, it's Bucky. You'll know that answer sooner rather than later.
Devonta Smith, right? Yeah.
So
Right. Okay. Well, I'm playing Bucky over Hunter, but if Devonta can't go, then I guess I would have to answer that question. If Benson starts, I'd start Benson, and then Hunter Henry's a fine next option.
Just like entering against the Giants, which are been
Yeah.
not good. But yes,
Big shout out to
you.
Daniel, who's been our top supporter. I don't know how many months in a row. Appreciate you, man.
007. That's love, man. Thank you so much.
Shout out to Shipworthy and Samuel, who round out that top 3 so far for the month of November. Just want to say, appreciate all of you guys. I hope you get to be with your family tomorrow and throughout the weekend. Take a time to reflect on what's important to you and give thanks for it. But we appreciate you guys big time. I will be answering questions on the site. Actually, we'll be live.
We'll be live
on
again
Saturday
night
before Sunday.
Yeah,
so.
Saturday night. So appreciate you guys.
Let's do this giveaway and call it a day. 34 entries.
Yeah.
34 entries. And we're going to do a start, sit, and trade question voucher. We'll do the start, sit first. And the start, sit winner is...
Good luck, guys. Good luck.
Start, sit winner is Abraham Castro. Shout out to you, man. We got one more winner here that we're going to give away a trade question voucher to. And that winner goes to Cody Barth. Appreciate you both. All you got to do to claim those vouchers is DM me on Discord. There's my username. I need to get a screenshot of a YouTube account and tell me your Flock Fantasy username. And if you don't have a username, create one for free, but make sure you use the promo code LAND so I can find you in our database. Appreciate you guys. Nothing but love. Enjoy your holidays and celebrations and family, and we'll see you guys soon. Nothing but love. See you guys later.
Love.